Testing 1, 2. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another game here in Hünstetten. The Hünstetten Storm will be facing off against the Mainz Athletic. This is a continuation game, not a normal game, as it were. We are actually picking up where we had a rain delay back in April. There will be a few lineup changes. We'll get to those as we can. But we will be picking up the game in the top of the third inning. The score is 1-1 as the Athletics and the Storm both had scored earlier in the original game. That was rained out back in April, but because of playoffs, we do need to finish this game. There will be it's the top of the third inning, so the Athletics will be batting, and there is one out, and runners will be at first and third. Some changes that we have defensively for the Storm is that Jake Gentry will slide from right field to center field. Victor Velasquez moves from catcher to third base. Originally, we had Diaz at third base, and now Anthony Palmilla will be taking over third base duties. Daniel Martins also had started the game, but he's being replaced in the lineup by Daniel Yoakum at catcher. And also in the lineup, originally we had Maldonado. Maldi was injured early in the season and is not playing. He's being replaced in the lineup by Sammy Guilherme, who is replacing Jesse Remington, who was our starting pitcher for the original game that we had. But he did not finish, obviously, and Remington is no longer with the Storm. So we will have a pitching change as soon as the play resumes. Noah Lurin stays at first base. Yannick Kiss is being replaced by Josh Harrison in left field. And Oliver Yoakum moves from DH to right field. So we are getting ready to go back live on the field. As we can see, our Storm in their home whites moving out to their position. And Sammy Guilherme is replacing Jesse Remington. He's getting his warm-up pitches in. When it comes to the Athletics lineup, I will get you the information here shortly as to who is up. We do have some changes from the Mainz side as well. As I said, this is a makeup game from April. Changes have been made in personnel on both sides. And so because of the situation, it might be a little hectic here trying to get the appropriate players in the lineup, but we'll get that to you as soon as we can. So we do have our chat up and running, so if anyone wants to send us a message, please do. We appreciate that. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Hünstetten. This game was originally planned to be made up yesterday, but yesterday we did have rain, but today we have blue skies. So, as Sammy Girame is taking his warm-up pitches, it looks like Johannesson will be the batter that he faces. So, all right. Looks like we are getting ready to resume play. Like I said, this is the top of the third. There is one out. Runners at first and third for the Athletics. And Johansson in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch he sees is outside for ball one. Time is called by the batter. Steps out. So, next pitch is just a little high for ball two. And the next pitch outside for ball three. And Guillermo's next pitch catches his own for strike one. So it's a 3-1 count to Johannesson. Since this is a continuation from an April game that was started by a foreign pitcher and he's no longer with the club, we can't bring in our normal Sunday pitcher. So, but Johannesson takes a walk. Now bases are loaded with one away here in the top of the third. Coming to bat now is Saldana. Right-handed catcher is now in the box, and the first pitch he sees is hit sharply to short, fire to second, and double play is made. So, bases loaded, but Guillermo is able to actually get a double play out of that. So, going into the bottom of the third, we have tie ball game, 1-1. So coming into the home half, the third inning, trying to see who the pitcher is for the Athletics. As I said, there have been changes to both lineups, so we want to make sure we actually get those names to you as we can. So, looks like yes, good. So, our pitcher for the Athletics to resume play is the original starting pitcher for that game back in April, Scott Bellina. And coming up to bat now will be Vicente Velasquez, followed by Jake Gentry, and then Victor Velasquez. That is our batting order for this resumed game going into the bottom of the third. Oh, so lovely. The sun is coming out. The wind, as usual, was blowing from left to right. We did have rain yesterday and overnight, but the field is looking good today. So, warm-up tosses have been made. And coming up to bat now is our starting shortstop, Vicente Velasquez. So, first pitch, Velasquez catches the outside corner for strike one. Quickly, the next pitch is low and outside for ball one. So it's a 1-1 count now. And Velasquez hits it sharply to the first baseman, who takes himself for out number one. All right, coming up to bat now, Jake Gentry. Jake Gentry, left-handed hitter, stepping now into the batter's box. Typically is our center fielder. When this game originally was played, he was in right field with Maldonado playing center, but now he has shifted over. So the first pitch to Gentry catches the outside for strike one. Next pitch is skipped in the dirt for ball one. Last time these two teams met, which was this past Friday night, Storm walked away with an 8-2 win. Next pitch is skipped in the dirt for ball two. Game was played in Mainz. It was a very good game played by our boys from Hünstetten. Next pitch of Gentry. Swung on and hit, but foul. So it's a 2-2 count. Oh, Gentry steps out to readjust himself. 2-2 count with one out. And the pitch, Gentry. Swung on and skied left field line, but just out of play from the third baseman. So stays alive, still a 2-2 count. Ball just getting over the fence. I do see a fan who was sitting out there with a glove, but he did not go after it. He waited until the ball actually had landed. Oh, the pitch of Gentry outside, ball three. So Gentry has worked a full count. Let's see what he does with it. Swung on and hit high, but the right fielder is able to track it down and catches it at the warning track. Gave it a good ride, but there's not a really strong wind blowing out to right field. But it sounded good. Now, coming up to bat, Victor Velasquez. Victor started the game as our starting catcher, but he has now moved to third base. So, time has been called just as the pitcher was about to throw. So, Now play is resumed, and the first pitch to Velasquez catches the top corner for strike one. Quickly work. Yep, quickly strike two. Molina is trying to make a quick inning here as Velasquez calls time, steps out. And his next pitch is called strike three looking. 3 quick strikes from Athletics pitcher Molina. So that's the end of the third inning. 3 storm up, 3 storm down, going in now into the top of the fourth inning. Still, score is 1-1. So, as our Storm are warming up, as we go into the top of the fourth inning, and Guillermo is getting his warm-up pitches, looks like the Athletics will send up to bat their first baseman, Felix Theodorov. Third base is Leonard Stockton, and their left fielder, Cillian Sullivan. So I want to wish everyone a wonderful Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, depending on where you are right now watching our broadcast. Since the last time we had a home game, the wheat fields have been cleared. Baseballs have been found. So if anyone hears me say that balls have gone into the wheat, well, there's some areas that still need to be cut down. But we do have some kids here in attendance who will go hunting for those balls so they can turn it in for a sweet treat. So, coming up to bat now is Felix Theodorov, and the first pitch he sees swung on and hit. High, Jake Gentry backing up, and makes the catch in center field for out number one. One pitch, one out to start the fourth inning. So, coming up to bat now, number 45, sorry, I misspoke earlier, is Carl Feldman, left-handed hitter. First pitch he sees is taken outside for ball one. As I said, there will be some adjustments to the lineup. Next pitch he sees, swung on and hit, skied high, but oh, beautiful catch made by our third baseman as catcher, pitcher, and third baseman all converge to make the catch. And Victor Velasquez is the one who actually makes the catch barehanded after bounces off of his glove. I'm glad that our pitcher, catcher, and third baseman did not collide on that play in foul territory. But the end result is out number two. So 2 away here in the top of the fourth inning. Coming up to bat now is number 31, Kalen Sullivan. And the first pitch to the right-hander is a called strike one. And Guillermo's next pitch swung on and hit. And it lands just in front of the right fielder, who's able to throw to the cutoff man and hold Sullivan to a single. So now Athletics have a base runner at first with 2 outs. And coming up to bat now is number 2, Kenny Fairman. Right-handed shortstop, ready, and the first pitch he sees. Oh, hits him. That was not what Guillermo wanted to do. Looks like the curveball got away from him a little too much. So now runner at second and third. Runner at second, third for the left-handed batter, number 12, Nicholas Rosas. And first pitch is outside for ball one. Rosas was brought in as that pinch runner at third base when we resumed play. Next pitch outside for ball two. Guillermo checks the runner at second. His next pitch is way outside for ball three. Looks like Guillermo is trying to keep the ball away, trying to induce that ground out, but ball just got away from him. And it's a four-pitch walk. Four-pitch walk, which brings up Nisi Weishut. So with two away here in the top of the fourth inning, bases are loaded. No room to put another Athletics player. So Guillermo looks in, gets his sign in the first pitch. Just a little too high for ball one. Weishut is the right-handed batter. Next pitch is inside, ball two. Inside, ball three. So Guillermo is trying to keep the ball on the inside, but not. Oh, and he hits the next pitch. He hits the batter in the shoulder for a hurting RBI. That's getting an RBI the hard way. So Athletics now take the lead 2-1 on that hit batsman. So coming to bat now. Coming up to bat now is a new DH. I don't have his name. I'll get it to you when I can. So, ball hit to the shortstop, goes to second base for the force out to end the inning. So, Kilgore was the batter, grounds out to the shortstop who flips it to second for the force out to end the inning. So, going into the home half, the fourth inning, Mainz leads 2-1. So as we go into the home half, the fourth inning, starting off for us will be Anthony Palmilla, followed by Daniel Yoakum and Sammy Guilherme. So Belina has his warm-up tosses made, and right-handed Palmilla stepping into the batter's box. And the first pitch swung on and hit down the right field line and foul out of play. So, strike one. Oh, next pitch is low and inside. Catches the bottom of the zone. So quickly it is 0-2 on Palmilla. Next pitch swung on and hit to the right fielder who catches at the warning track for the out. So, one away here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. So, first out made by the right fielder. Same place where the Jake Gentry hit his previous inning. So now up to bat is our catcher, Douglas Yoakum. And the first pitch is a called strike one. Right-hander is ready for the next pitch, which is high and outside for ball one. So it was a 1-1 count. Oh, next pitch catches the corner. Yoakum held up on a swing, but called strike. So it's a 1-2 count. Oh, next pitch is swung on and hit, and it is foul ball. Oh, solid hit, but it dropped just in foul territory. So, Yoakum broke his bat on that pitch, and now he's requesting another bat. So just to inform everybody, this is the final regular season home game. There will be postseason action around the league starting here soon. So it's still a 1-2 count on Yoakum. And catches the inside corner for a called strike three. All right, so two away here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, and coming up to bat now is Sammy Guilherme. On Friday night, Sammy Guilherme actually was a home run away from the cycle. Almost had that home run too, but just stayed inside Mainz ballpark. First pitch doesn't catch the inside corner, so it's ball one. Oh, next pitch did catch the bottom of the outside corner somehow. So it's a 1-1 count. Guilherme swings at the next pitch and sends a deep foul down the first base line. So it's a 1-2 count for our pitcher. Two-two. Ball was high and inside. Guilherme stepped away from that. So 2-2 count. Ooh, Guilherme is able to hold up. Now it is a full count. Guilherme thought about swinging, but held up. The ball was low. Next pitch. Swung on and missed. Swinging strike three. So that's the end of the fourth inning. Athletics lead 2-1. Going now into the top of the fifth. So we're going into the top of the fifth inning here. Boys in white are on the field taking their warm-up throws. I do hope you're enjoying your Sunday wherever you are. Today is an absolutely beautiful day for baseball here in Hünstetten. So, Yerme is ready. Umpire is dusting the plate. Let's see who Mainz sends up to bat. So the last batter in the previous inning was the DH, Will Kilgore. Coming up to bat now, for Mainz is Johannesson. First pitch is outside for ball one. Johannesson's wearing number 11, but that is not his normal number. Learned during the break that some of the Mainz players did not have the correct jersey. Next pitch is high, ball two. So they decided to wear whatever jerseys they had enough of, and so some of the numbers are not correct. Next pitch, little high inside, ball three from Yerme. So the next pitch is inside. It's a four-pitch walk to lead off the top of the fifth inning. Could not get that call. So it is what it is. Now there's a base runner at first. Coming up to bat now, number 77, Peter Saldana. And ball gets away from Yoakum just far enough for the runner to advance. So, ball one. Saldana batting now with runner at second. Next pitch from Girame. Outside, ball two. Oh, ball gets away from, and result is another hit batsman. So, now runners at first and second for the Athletics. Time has been called to talk to Girame. Guillerme is typically our starting pitch, is not a starting pitcher, he's our starting second baseman. So, pitching change has been made, and Vicente Velasquez will come in now in pitch and relief as Guillerme shifts over. As I said, Guillerme is typically our starting second baseman, but because of the Bundes rules for foreign players, and this game was originally started by an American player who is no longer with the team. So he was replaced in the lineup by Guillerme, who's not typically our pitcher. But he was brought in as as the option that we had. So a umpire on the field just noticed that Vicente Velasquez still had his arm sleeve and sunglasses on. Pitchers are not allowed to have anything like that. So he just gave it to his brother, who's playing third base. All right. So Velasquez now on the mound. Up to bat now is Felix Theroff. And first pitch is inside. Ball one. It is a ground ball to third base, who throws it away into the dirt. Gets past Noah Lawrence at first. Now we have sorry. Action was a bit quick there. Runners now at second and third. So runner from second is thrown out at third, but on the error, on the throw, runners advance. So now we have one out with runners at second and third. First pitch. First pitch is a strike called to Feldman. And Feldman with a tapper to the pitcher, who fields it for out number 2. So Velasquez fields the ball that was in front of the pitcher's mound, throws over to Lawrence at first for out number 2. Coming up to bat now, number 31, Kalen Sullivan. First pitch, Sullivan catches top of the zone for called strike 1. Next pitch is a called strike 2. So runners take a slight advance off the bag. Next pitch is swung on and hit, but foul and out of play. The ball is in what was the wheat. See if a little one will go running after it. So the 0-2 count on the batter. Next pitch he sees, swung on directly back to the pitcher, who throws softly over to first for out number 3. So going into the bottom of the 5th inning, Athletics still lead 2-1. So as the Athletics take their positions and start throwing balls around to warm up, for Storm, we will have Noah Lawrence, followed by Josh Harrison and Oliver Yoakum. That's our 1, 2, 3 for the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, as I said earlier, it is a gorgeous day. It is really, really beautiful up here. As we do call it around here, it is Field of Dreams, a reference to the wonderful Kevin Costner, James Earl Jones movie. As we are settled in amongst farm fields, though we are in the midsummer, so nothing is really growing here. We do still have some wheat fields in the area. But because of that, it is a beautiful view from the top of our hill. So, play is resuming. Coming up to bat now is our first baseman, Noah Lawrence. And the first pitch of Lawrence is skipped in the dirt for ball one. The next pitch is a called strike, so it's a 1-1 count on our first baseman. Next pitch swung on strongly, but could not catch up to it, so it is quickly a 1-2 count. Next pitch is swung on and hit, but the right fielder is able to run and track it down right before it lands. So quickly it is one away. My apologies. Not sure what's going on here with our computer. Looks like we have the sky is now at the bottom of our screen. I'll try to make some adjustments as we can. But now up to bat is Josh Harrison, who takes first pitch for a ball. Next pitch is swung on and hit out of play. So it's a 1-1 count on Harrison, who is taking over left field duties today. Next pitch, high, ball 2, 2-1 count. Yannick Kiss started this game back in April, but he is inactive today, and so Harrison is one filling in. Next pitch is a high, ball 3. So Harrison has a 3-1 count. Still trying to make adjustments to the camera picture. Apologies for everyone who's seeing the strangeness we have here. But on the field, I'll tell you, Harrison has worked a walk. So with one away, Harrison now on first base. Coming to bat now is Oliver Yoakum. Oliver Yoakum was a DH when this game first started. He's now playing right field. And the first pitch he sees is in there for a called strike 1. Oh. Next pitch catches the inside corner. So quickly, Yoakum is in a hole, 0-2. So, Molina throws over, but Harrison wasn't that far off the bag. Next pitch is swung on and missed for a swinging strike 3. Oliver Yoakum strikes out for out number 2. Now coming up to bat now is our pitcher, Vicente Velasquez. So as Velasquez steps into the box, image should be better now. Quickly, before he was even in the batter's box, the pitcher throws a pitch. Velasquez is not too happy. It was a called strike. He wasn't even in the box yet when the pitch was thrown. Okay. So before he was even set, So with Harrison running, it's fouled back to the net for quickly strike 2. Rule states that the batter must be in the box when play is called, but typically the umpire waits for the player to step into the box before calling play. Regardless, Velasquez skies that behind home plate and into what was the wheat field. Since there's no wheat, it makes it easier to see where the ball lands. So Velasquez has an 0-2 count. Harrison did not run on that pitch. He does make sure he calls time and that the umpire actually saw him call time. Umpire is holding, that way the pitcher doesn't quick pitch. And the next pitch is high, ball 1. So, runner going, ball hit to the shortstop, but he's able to field it and throw over. First baseman is able to keep a toe on the bag for out number 3. So, after 5, Storm down only 1 run. Going into the top of the 6th, Mainz Athletics 2, Hünstetten STORM 1. So here we are going into the top of the 6th. Vicente Velasquez back on the bump, getting his warm-up tosses in. Storm taking their warm-up throws around the horn as Mainz Athletics are getting themselves into position. Looks like the third base coach is going over to talk to Storm dugout. So, coming up to bat now for the Athletics is Kenny Fearman, right-handed shortstop. So, Velasquez waits, makes sure the batter is in the box before he throws his first pitch, but that pitch is outside for ball 1. Next pitch, Fearman swung on and hit, fielded by the third baseman. He throws over, and Noah Lawrence on the stretch for that out number 1. Great stretch by Lawrence to dig that throw out of the dirt. Victor Velasquez fielded the ball perfectly. Throw was a little low, but Lawrence was able to dig that, keep his foot on the bag, and so 1 away. Now up to bat. First pitch is high for ball 1. At bat now is left-hander Rossius. Rossius hits the ball deep, but lands just foul. He gave it a ride, but it never pulled fair. It stayed foul the entire time. So, 1 ball, 1 strike to Nicholas Rossius. Next pitch, swung on, foul tip back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strike count with 1 away. Next pitch was outside, but he swung and hit it foul. So, stays alive. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. As our own Bill Dickman goes and fetches that ball. Next pitch outside again, swung on and hit to shallow left field and caught. Harrison calls off Guillerme, makes the catch himself. So, 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Coming to bat now is number 22, Nicky Weichert. And the pitch is a called strike at the top of the zone. That next pitch is just outside. Could not get Weichert the chase after that one. So it's a 1-1 count with 2 away. And Weichert skies a ball deep to center field. Gentry takes 2 steps back and squeezes out for out number 3. So, going now into the bottom half of the 6th inning, Storm only down 1. Mainz Athletics 2, Hünstetten STORM 1. So as we are going into the home half of the 6th inning, Scott Bellina is still on the bump for the Athletics. So we'll have Jake Gentry, who made the last out in the field in the top half of the 6th inning. Gentry will lead off, followed by Victor Velasquez and then Anthony Pomea. So, our center fielder, Jake Gentry, in the left-handed batter's box. And the first pitch to him is a called strike 1, catches the outside of the zone. Quickly, the next pitch thrown to him is low and outside for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. Next pitch to Gentry. Swung on, but tapped in front of the plate and foul. So it looks like it fouled it just off the end of his foot or off the plate. Couldn't really tell from my angle, but result is a foul ball. So 1-2 count on our center fielder. Gentry swings at the next pitch, but could not catch up to it for a swinging strike out. So 1 away. Coming up to bat now, our third baseman, Victor Velasquez. So, first pitch to Velasquez, swung on and fouled back behind home plate to the net for a strike. So, time is called as he stepped out of the box. Umpire recognized that. Now play is called quickly. The next pitch, curve that does not go inside, or doesn't come away from being outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. But the next pitch does catch the inside, so it is a 1-2 count. And Velasquez is not able to catch up to the heat. So it's a strikeout. So quickly it is 2 away. Coming up to bat now is Anthony Palmia. And the first pitch for Palmia is a called strike. So Palmia swings at next pitch, but skies it behind home plate for foul ball. So it's quickly an 0-2 count on our third baseman. And next pitch again, swung on and hit foul behind home plate. Stays alive, but it's still an 0-2 count. And the next pitch is low and in the dirt for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 away here to Anthony Palmia. Storm down by 1 run. And Palmia hits that ball foul down the third baseline. Stays alive. Still a 1-2 count. So, ball has to be retrieved. And you can see Jake Gentry jogging down the third base foul line as he has to go retrieve the ball out of the corner. So, Palmia is now back in the box. It is a 1-2 count. Ooh, next pitch gets away from the pitcher. But Palmia is able to duck out of the way. If not, it would have actually been in his ear hole. So thankfully, he ducked out of there just in time. Next pitch is swung on up the middle, off the mound, almost catches the pitcher's foot for a 2-out base hit. So, nice job by Anthony Palmia getting a single off of Bellina after having such a hold climb out of. So now up to bat is Daniel Yoakum. Or, sorry, Douglas Yoakum. My apologies. And the first pitch to Douglas catches the top outside corner of the zone for a called strike 1. Next pitch from Yoakum is swung on and missed, low in the zone. So it's quickly an 0-2 count on our catcher. Foul tip is the way this inning ends, which is unfortunate. So, well, that's the end of the 6th. Going now into the top of the 7th. Still score remains Athletics 2, Storm 1. So, as we come into the top of the seventh, some information for everyone since this is the last weekend of regulation play for the Bundesliga. Starting next weekend is the playoffs, and on Saturday is a two-game series. Hünstetten STORM traveled down to Stuttgart, and so they will be playing to stay. So we will bring you that information when we do have a time for that, but it is next Saturday and Sunday. We will, we will give you that starting time once it becomes available for us. So Velasquez is still on the bump for Storm. And coming up to bat now will be Will Kilgore for the Athletics. So, good morning, U.S. I see Atlanta and New Orleans are in the chat. So, coming here now, up to bat is number 16, Will Kilgore. And the first pitch from Velasquez hits him in the shoulder. So, well, that's not the ideal way to get on base. And it's not what Vicente is wanting to do. But end result is a runner at first. Now up to bat is Johannesson. So the left-hander now steps into the box. And the pitch from Velasquez is in the dirt for ball one. So, as I said, I'd give you the information when I received it. Next week is a doubleheader on Saturday in Stuttgart. Oh, pitches over the head of the right fielder, Yoakum, just out of his reach. He fires back in to the infield. So, with no outs, there are now runners at second and third for the Athletics. That hit batsman is now at third. Johannesson was able to give that pitch a ride, and, well, unfortunately, Oliver Yoakum just could not get it. It was just out of his reach by a mere centimeter or two, but he was able to keep it from being a score. So, a broken bat pop-up now for Sadana, being caught on the infield for out number one. So, after a loud double, which with no outs, now leading to runners at second and third, a quick broken bat pop-up on the infield for out number one here in the top of the seventh. So coming up to bat now is Felix Therhoff for the Athletics. And the pitch to Therhoff is a called strike one. So again, information about next weekend. It will be a doubleheader in Stuttgart on Saturday. So Therhoff gives this ball a ride, and that is a 3-run home run. Athletics now lead 5-1. That ball was hit hard and hit out of here. Well, not the result that we were wanting, but can't have that pitch back. So, Still only one out. And the first pitch to Stockton is fouled out of play for strike one. And the next pitch is outside, so it's a 1-1 count. Sorry, batter is Carl Feldman. Game time next weekend. Game 1 is at 12 o'clock. Game 2 is at 3:30. Feldman sends that ball to right field. Yoakum's able to catch it for out number 2. So Feldman flies out for the second out. Coming up to bat now is Kalen Sullivan. And Sullivan is ready, and the first pitch to him. Inside, ball 1. Sullivan swings at the next pitch, gives this one a nice ride, but Harrison's able to track it down in left field for out number 3. So, going now into the bottom of the 7th, damage was done by the Athletics on that 3-run home run. So, Athletics now lead 5-1 as we go now into the 7th inning stretch. So, get up, give yourself a little stretch after we've had a few innings now. Get some coffee, drink, food, whatever you feel like. And if you're tuning in from the U.S., it's probably your breakfast. So, going into now the bottom of the 7th, we'll have Sammy Gorame, Noah Lawrence, and Josh Harrison batting for the Storm. So, as the late great Harry Carey finishes singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" over the PA speaker here, we will have Sammy Gorame coming in. So, Molina has the ball, and he's stepping back on the pitcher's mound. As Guillerme has stepped in, play is called, and the first pitch. Guillerme swung on and hit high, but down the right field, the left field, first base line and out of play. Sorry, got a little confused there as I was trying to track the ball myself. So, it is a foul ball, so it is strike 1 on Guillerme. Next pitch, swung on, hit, same place. Yep, so 2 pitches, 2 balls hit, foul down the first base line. And the next pitch is low. Guillerme does not swing at the low pitch, so it is 1 ball, 2 strike count to our shortstop. Next pitch is skipped up to the catcher, so it is quickly a 2-2 count. And Guillerme, with a late swing, just catches a piece of the ball, stays alive, so it's still a 2-2 count. And the next pitch is skipped up in the dirt, so we have a full count. Guillaume is able to work out of that hole that he dug on those two pitches that went foul. So it's a 3-2 count, full count for Guillaume. But he cannot lay off an outside pitch, swing and a miss, strikeout. So one away here in the bottom of the seventh. Coming to bat now, our first baseman, Noah Lawrence. And the first pitch is skipped up to him for ball one. Swung on, sharply hit into the gap, splits center and right field as Lawrence has a stand-up double. So, Noah Lawrence with a stand-up double. Nice piece of hitting there by our first baseman. So, coming to bat now is our left fielder, Josh Harrison. So, Harrison hitting with one out, but a teammate on second. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one. Lawrence takes his lead off a second. Swing and a miss, strike two. Harrison cannot catch up with the heat. So quickly, he's down 0-2. Three pitches, three swings and misses for out number two. Coming up to bat now is our right fielder, Oliver Yoakum. Ollie Yoakum batting with 2 outs and a runner at second. First pitch is outside, but swung and missed for strike one. Lawrence takes a big lead, but Yoakum lays off the pitch. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Time called. So with 2 outs, runner will go on contact. Swing and miss, strike 2. So Yoakum down, 1 ball, 2 strike. Cannot lay off the next pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Storm are able to get a runner to second, but they're not able to bring him home. Now going into the top of the 8th inning, Athletics 5, Storm 1. So as we are heading into the top of the 8th inning, Storm down by 4. Ball being thrown around the infield as Vicente Velasquez still out on the mound for the Storm, taking his warm-up tosses. Ball's being collected. Sente is ready. Coming up to bat now for the Athletics is Kenny Fairman. So Velasquez now on the rubber. First pitch to Fermin. Swung on and hit sharply over a leaping shortstop into left field for a single. Oh, sharply hit over the shortstop head. But Harrison in left field is able to keep it from going past him. So it is just a hard hit single. So coming up to bat now is Nicholas Rossius, and the first pitch to him is low, just misses the bottom of the zone. So ball one. Next pitch swung on, foul tip to the net. So 1-1 count. Oh, Velasquez stepped off the rubber to rub the new ball down. Fermin at first base takes a nice lead. Next pitch swung on and hit, but foul. So it's a 1-2 count now on Rossius. And the ball has been fetched by the third base coach for the Athletics. And umpire is now resuming play. Fermin takes his lead. Not that far of a lead, but enough for Vicente Velasquez to throw over to keep him from going any further. So it's a 1-2 count. And Velasquez steps off. Looks the runner back over to first. And the pitch is low and inside for ball. So it's a 2-2 count now on Rossius. And the pitch swung on and hit sharply, but behind and out of play. So stays alive. It's still a 2-2 count. Fermin not taking that big of a lead off of first. The pitch swung on and hit down the first base line, foul. Stays alive, so it's still a 2-2 count. Ball has been tracked down and thrown out of play. Since we are in the farm hills of Hünstetten, you can see two riders on horses going past the outfield. Oh, Velasquez's pitch is inside, so it's a full count now. Rossi is able to work a full count. And the pitch swung on and drops into right field for a single. Fermin's able to make third base on the hit. So, with no outs, Athletics have a runner now in scoring position. Runners at the corners. Coming up to bat now is Nicky Weishut. So the pitch to Weishart catches that outside corner for a called strike one. So runners are not taking that big of a lead off their respective bases. Oh, next pitch from Velasquez is a ball, but it is a beautiful curveball that did not catch the zone apparently. So it's a 1-1 count. So now swung on and hit from short to second, and there's no play because of the speedy base runner and also the fact that runner from third has come home. So it is a sac hit. So Athletics now lead 6-1. Now with Force out at second. So coming up to bat now is Will Kilgore with 1 out and runner at first base. And the pitch from Kilgore swung on and hit between short and third, fielded by Josh Harrison in left field for a 1 out single. So 1 out, runners at first and second. And the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Johannesson is hit down the first base line and foul. So runners have to return to their bases. First base coach for the Athletics did not get the ball. And so time was called as someone from the Athletics bench actually went in there to collect the foul ball. So play is resumed. No balls, 1 strike to Johannesson. Next pitch catches the outside zone for a called strike 2. So it's quickly 0-2 on Johannesson with 1 away here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners are advancing, but the hit and run does not work as the ball is hit foul. So the Athletics are trying a little hit and run action here to really blow this game wide open. But Johannesson could not hit the ball fair. Runners have to return to their bases. So still it's 0-2 count. And the pitch swung on and hit down third base line, but out of play. Just out of play. So still staying alive. Runners did not go on that swing, so hit and run was not in play. So Velasquez checks the runner at second back to his bag, steps off the rubber. And Johannesson hits the ball dead straight center. And Gentry is able to track the ball down, makes the catch. So 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners had to return back to their bases as they were running, but his ball was hit deep enough that we could not double off the runner at second. So Now, with 2 outs now in the top of the 8th inning, coming up to bat now is Peter Saldana. And one pitch, skies the pitch deep, but it is a out as Jacob Gentry is able to track it down and makes the out for out number 3. So Athletics get another run across. They now lead 6-1, going now into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Storm down by 5, but the game's not over yet. So as we're going into the home half of the 8th inning, Athletics pitcher Scott Bellina is still on the bump for the Athletics. So leading off home half of the 8th inning for the Storm will be Vicente Velasquez, followed by Jake Gentry and Victor Velasquez. That's our 1, 2, 3 batters. So home plate umpire has dusted off home plate. And coming up to bat now for our Hünstetten STORM is Vicente Velasquez. After coming in relief, Velasquez not playing his natural position, but he's not doing a bad job. First pitch he sees, though, he swings, popped high, and his counterpart for the Athletics is able to track it down for out number 1. Quickly 1 away here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. So, coming up to bat now, our center fielder, number 8, Jake Gentry. A left-handed batter hailing from California. Made 2 great catches in the top half of the 8th inning. First pitch he sees, swung on and tapped foul. Umpire has to remind Athletics dugout to collect the errant ball. Next pitch to Gentry, swung on and hit foul and out of play. Quickly in a hole now, 0-2. Next pitch of Gentry is in the dirt for ball 1. Gentry is able to lay off the pitch that was low the entire way. So it's a 1-2 count. Next pitch swung on and hit foul down the first base line. So stays alive. Time is called by the foul ball is retrieved. All right. It's been thrown out of play. And the next pitch of Gentry. Swung on again. Hit down foul. But our own Phil Meyer, who has first base coach duties today, was able to make a play and stop the ball from going down the line. Ball was fouled the entire way, and he made an incredible hat stop with his helmet. So the next pitch to Gentry. Oh, catches the outside corner for a called strike 3. Gentry did not care for the call, but nothing can be done about that. So it is 2 up, 2 down. So quickly 2 away. Coming up to bat now is our third baseman, Victor Velasquez. So the right-handed Velasquez takes his first pitch. Nope, he swung on and misses his first pitch. Time is called. Oh, and he could not get time. Molina throws anyway. Umpire does not call the timeout, even though Velasquez had his hand out for it. Once again, missed time call by the umpire, but end result is a called strike. So quickly, Velasquez is in the hole, 0-2, as Molina is Athletics pitcher Scott Molina is throwing the ball as quickly as possible. Not saying he's throwing a fastball every time, but as soon as he can, he is throwing the ball regardless if the batter is ready or not. So next pitch is outside, so it is 1 ball, 2 strike count. And swing and a miss. That's it for the 8th inning. So now going into the top of the 9th, Storm down 5. So Mainz Athletics 6, Hünstetten STORM 1. So Velasquez is still on the bump for Storm coming here into the top of the 9th inning. Storm down by 5. Got a little confirmation during the break that the pitcher for the Mainz Athletic was not quick pitching the entire time, as the umpire never called it. But he was throwing a little quick. If he was coming set, it was a quick set. But he's trying to get through the game quickly, apparently. That's his call. He is controlling the game from the mound. So, coming up to bat now for the Athletics is Felix Sederhoff. Right-handed hitting Federoff is ready, and the first pitch he sees is inside for ball 1. Next pitch swung on and hit to third baseman Velasquez, who throws over as Noah Lawrence stretches to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 away here in the top of the 9th. Coming at the back now, left-handed hitting Carl Feldman. First pitch is taken for a ball. So start off here with a 1-0 count. And the next pitch, swung on and hit over a leaping Noah Lawrence down the right field line. And he's going for 3 as the ball is thrown away. Does not fielded cleanly by Victor Velasquez. But Vicente backing the throw up and is able to get the ball and keeps the runner from advancing all the way. So with 1 out, there's now a runner at third. So coming up to bat now for the Athletics is Kalen Sullivan. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. And the next pitch is Sullivan. Swung on and hit, fielded by Guillermo at short, and over to first for the out. It is out number 2, but runner from third comes across the plate, so Athletics now lead 7-1. So up to bat now is Kenny Fairman, and the first pitch he sees is a called strike. And the next pitch swung on and hit deep to left field. And Josh Harrison's able to track it down for out number 3. Another runner comes across for the Athletics. So Storm down by 6 runs here going into the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Storm to come from behind. Let's hope the Storm are able to get their bats going. So here in the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Storm to come from behind. And Mainz Athletics now have a pitching change. I'll get you his name here in a moment as soon as we find out. He has 19 on his back on my score sheet. That should be Ira Clifton. Waiting for actual confirmation. As I said at the beginning of the game, Mainz Athletics did have a few number changes as there were players who had the wrong tops. And so there are some players with different numbers than what they usually wear. So it is Ira Clifton, number 19 for the Mainz Athletics. He's coming in to relieve number 13, Scott Belina. Belina had an efficient afternoon, giving up only a handful of hits for the Storm. No runs come across. Clifton will face Anthony Palmia, Douglas Yoakum, and Sammy Guillermo. So Palmia steps into the batter's box. And the first pitch from Clifton. Swung on and tapped foul. So, no balls, one strike count to Anthony Pamia. And the next pitch he sees hits him in the back pocket. So, that's a hard way to get on base, but we'll take it. Anthony Pamia now at first base. Coming up to bat now is Douglas Yoakum. Pamia not taking lead off of first base. Oh. The pitch to Yoakum has somehow caught the top outside of the strike zone, so it is called strike one. So Pamia has to scramble back to first as there's a quick throw over. But Yoakum smokes a pitch right up the middle for a single. So Storm have something going here in the bottom of the ninth. Coming to bat now is Sammy Guilherme. Guilherme has an opportunity with runners at first and second and no outs. So runners take small advance off their bags. And the pitch to Guilherme low for ball one. On deck is Noah Lawrence. So Clifton takes a long look in for a sign. And it catches the outside again. So with one ball, one strike to Guilherme. Guilherme swings at the next pitch. Oh, it's poorly fielded by the shortstop. Pamia is coming in, and he stops to pick up the bat. Run comes across. So it's an RBI for Guilherme. So still no outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Storm down by 5 now. Chipping away at that lead from the Athletics. Now at bat is our first baseman, Noah Lawrence. Lawrence lays off a pitch that looked outside but is called strike one. Next pitch is low and outside for ball one. So it's a 1-1 count to our first baseman. Runners have a slight advance off their bags. And the next pitch to Lawrence. Swung on and hit to the shortstop who has to throw over and misses. Oh. Lawrence recovers, stays at first. Yoakum's able to come around for the score. Throw from the shortstop was offline to second base. And so now Guilherme is at third, Lawrence at first. It is now 7-3 with no outs. So Storm are chipping away at the Athletics lead. Mound visit, as the Athletics are not happy with their pitcher has come in and has quickly given up runs and hits. Coming up to bat now is Josh Harrison. On deck is Oliver Yoakum. So conversation has ended, and athletics manager makes the slow walk back to the dugout. Play is resumed, and the first pitch to Harrison, outside, ball one. Runner's not really taking a lead at this moment. Swing and a foul tip for a strike one. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Harrison. And the next pitch swung on and hit. Past the diving shortstop. Guillerme walks home. It is an RBI single for our left fielder, Josh Harrison. It is now 7-4. Still no outs. Coming up to bat now is our right fielder, Ollie Yoakum. So no outs. Runners at second and first. And the first pitch takes the pitch for a called strike. Pitcher comes set, and the pitch. Yoakum lays off, but it catches that top outside zone that for a called strike two. So quickly, Yoakum is in the hole. 0-2. And Yoakum hits. Oh, yes, it drops. And nicely done by the right fielder. He hits the ball to shallow center field. It is now 7-5 on that RBI single by Yoakum. Coming to bat now is Vicente Velasquez. You don't need to hit the ball too deep to score a run. Just hit it where they ain't. And that's exactly what Storm have been doing here in the bottom of the ninth. So, tying run at first, winning run is at the plate. And the pitch to Velasquez is outside in the dirt, gets to the backstop, and safe. Josh Harrison comes in on the wild pitch. It is now 7-6 Storm. Oliver Yoakum has advanced to second. Tying run now at second base. Just a reminder, there are no outs. So Vicente Velasquez has a 1-ball, no strike count. And Clifton looks back the runner at second. No pitcher warming up for the Athletics. So Yoakum takes his lead off of second. And the next pitch to Velasquez. Swung on, gets a piece of it, but foul. So it is a 1-1 count to Vicente Velasquez. Velasquez has a rare opportunity here. He came in relief. He can get himself the win. So 1-1's the count, no outs. Next pitch swung on and hit. Foul and into the wheat field. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So no outs, runner at second, and the next pitch to Velasquez. Swung on and hit. It moves the runner over from second to third. So first out recorded. So with one away, runner now in scoring position, tying run at third. Winning run up the bat now in the form of our center fielder, Jake Gentry. So tying run 60 feet away. Gentry swings at the first pitch and lasers it foul down the right field line. So no balls, one strike count. On deck is Victor Velasquez. Gentry lays off the next pitch, which is outside, so it's a 1-1 count to the center fielder. So Clifton looks in, has his sign, and the pitch. Outside, ball 2. So 2-1 count on left-handed Gentry. Next pitch swung on and missed, so it's a 2-2 count. As I said, tying run is at third. And the pitch to Gentry swung on, tapped foul, stays alive. So still a 2-2 count. So Gentry is ready. Yoakum takes a slight lead off a third. Swung on and hit. Past a diving first baseman. Oh, and it's ruled foul. Oh, it looked fair to me, but it was foul just by a few centimeters. Oh, that would have tied the game up. But called foul, so come back. Still a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the ninth. And the next pitch. Swung on and hit deep. Is it deep enough to score the run? Yoakum is tagged. He's coming in. And the throw is offline. Tie game. Jake Gentry with the RBI sacrifice fly ties the game up at 7. Storm have come back from being down 7-1 to now it is 7-7. So coming up to bat now is the third baseman, Victor Velasquez. And first pitch, Velasquez is high for ball 1. Velasquez lays off the next pitch, but it is a called strike. Ball is able to catch that top of the zone. Has been called all inning. The 1-1 count swung on and missed, so it's 1-2 on the third baseman. So on deck is Anthony Pamia. Next pitch is a tapper to second. And the throw was cleanly fielded by the first baseman. So, wow, what an inning by the Storm. They were down 7-1 coming in the bottom of the ninth, and they have tied this game up. New ball game. After 9 innings, we are tied 7-7 going into extra innings. So, extra baseball as we are going into the top of the 10th inning. Vicente Velasquez is still on the mound for Storm. I did see new pitchers warming up for the Athletics, but they are not warming up anymore. So, next up for the Athletics, looks like it'll be Nicholas Rossius, followed by Nicky Weishut. So, Velasquez is warm. Ball has been thrown around and collected. So, we have a defensive substitution for Storm. New left fielder. So our new left fielder looks to be Phil Meyer. Yep. Confirmation given. It is Phil Meyer in left field. First pitch to Rossius is a bunt attempt, but it rolls foul. Since this is extra innings, extra inning rule says that there is a runner at second base. First and second base. My apologies. So Rossi is trying to bunt the runs over, but it went foul. So strike one. Next pitch, same thing. Bunts, clean bunt, but not a clean field by Velasquez. So time is called. Let's see what the ruling is here. Okay, good. All right. From our vantage point, the runner was safe at first on the throw. Originally, the call was made as out, but umpires had a little conference and it was confirmed was safe. So, bases loaded now. Athletics have runner at every bag. Coming up to bat now is Nicky Weishut. First pitch does not get in there cleanly, so it is ball one. Next pitch swung on and popped up. Infield fly. And it is out number one. Velasquez able to make the play himself from the mound. Came over, made the catch just in foul territory on first base side. So coming to bat now is number 16, Will Kilgore. Time is called. So Kilgore batting with bases loaded, one away here in the top of the 10th. First pitch he sees, swung on and hit to the shortstop for second for one out, and is able to make the double play. Noah Lauren's able to dig out the throw from second. So Vicente Velasquez had a bases loaded jam and is able to work out of it. Coming up now, the bottom of the 10th for the Storm. They have another chance to win it in a walk-off. Whew. Realize I was muted this whole time. So it is a 2-0 count on Palmia. Palmia batting now with runner in scoring position. And it is a fair ball. Jacob Gentry rounding third. And he is saved. Storm have come from behind, down 7-1 in the bottom of the ninth to win it on a walk-off hit by our third base, excited there, by Anthony Palmia, able to bring Jacob Gentry home from second base. Storm winners today. Final score from Hünstetten: Mainz Athletics 7, Hünstetten STORM 8. An amazing come from behind win. Whew. That was amazing. I don't have any more words for it. It was an amazing game. Mainz Athletics had a great game, and Storm did not give up. That's why we play till the last out, and Storm did just that. The Storm were able to actually stay in the game, come from behind. They never gave up. Proud of our boys. Now, next game will be in Stuttgart. Next Saturday is a doubleheader in Stuttgart. So, final from here in Hünstetten: Athletics 7, Storm 8. I've been James Passo, and I'll see you again later.